Welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about Madam Web. I went to well, no, I didn't went to go watch Madam Web. I watched Madam Web, um, because I knew it was garbage. I already knew it was garbage from the get go. But damn, you just can't predict how terrible it is. And the reason why is because um I am a Spider-Man fan. I am a Marvel comic book fan. I don't know every character in the Marvel universe. I don't know all the history. But you know one thing I am a passionate fan. And that's something that the folks at Sony at Marvel should have been, because ain't no way in hell Madam Web should have been allowed to even happen. Matter of fact, ain't no way in the world Madam Web should have been allowed to even exist. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because Madam Web has been a side character. You know, um, if a lot of you guys don't know, Madam Web from the Spider-Man '90s cartoon was a clairvoyance, part of the Web of Destiny or whatever. But the problem is with that one is that they tried to change her into something more than what she needed to be, and she was played by Dakota Johnson, which honestly, what they say, they call her a nepotism baby, because her family is legends in Hollywood, and she kind of got her start there. Um, the whole girl boss thing is just it's done. It's overplayed. Marvel, Disney, Hollywood, enough. Especially when you want us to get involved. Um, I'll on the screen I'll try to show what Madam Web looks like. The original Madam Web. Old as dirt. Old as dirt, y'all. And her powers are completely different in this one than they did in the movie. Um, she is a major supporting character for Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and the Web of Life and Destiny. Um, she is renowned for her mystical enigmatic psychic abilities, because what was it? I forgot. Hold on, I need to go down because I'm looking at the phone right now. Sorry. Y'all just gonna have to get over it. um when she was born, she had like some neural, it's like some neural micro now. I'm trying to figure out. Oh yeah, here it is. Neurologic condition known as mytho mythoalgia gravis. So, what happened is she was born blind, and because she also had the neurologic condition which prevents her from like walking, she was confined to a chair and she was blind. But with the upside, she was also born with amazing psychic powers, and she was able to become a medium. Now, for Madam Web, what they did is they combined Madam Web and Julia Carpenter, the second Spider Woman's origins and stories together to kind of make it work. And then they try to tie a little bit of Spider-Man into it with Peter Parker, um, with what Peter Parker, not Peter Parker. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Mary Parker and Ben Parker, which doesn't make any sense because Ben should be with May at this time. So for Mary not to even have Richard there makes no logical sense. It was weird. It makes you question, are they trying to talk about that forbidden storyline? I forgot the name of the storyline where Aunt May, and it was revealed that um May is really the mother of Peter Parker because she had sex with Richard. And what happened is they pretended like Mary was the mother instead or whatever. And I just, it was so weird. It was just a weird storyline that should never have happened. Um, Another thing that I want to talk about with this one is the fact that they, you know, how they promoted the girls in the suits or whatever and stuff like that. I'm just gonna tell you, them girls, none of them wear suits at all, at all. What we see with them in the suits or whatever, that is just for vision purposes only. They never suit up, they never get special abilities at all. This story is all about Cassandra Webb and going against Ezekiel, which that's another thing too. The whoever wrote this script, whoever, you can tell they hate Spider-Man because Ezekiel never wears a costume, and to tie it to put him in some sort of spider costume, it feels disrespectful to Spider-Man in general. um Ezekiel doesn't really care about, I don't think people, some people are aware, I don't think most people are aware, but the fact that you even tried that makes no damn sense. And another thing too that I was thinking about is, another thing that I was also thinking about is the fact that most of this is trying to merge two characters' origins together, which again, like I said, Julia Carpenter and Cassandra Webb, because technically it was Julia's parents that went down to Peru, found the spider stuff because of the emergence um of Spider-Man, and then Spider-Woman followed suit. And people wanted to try to duplicate Peter Parker, Spider-Man's powers or whatever. So that's why, you know, Julia's parents was kind of sent down there, research. They found like venom that could um basically give some powers or whatever. It was through one of Julia's friends, I believe, that they secretly tested on Julia because they remember that Julia, back in the day, Julia was an athletic woman. She was married, and when things kind of took a turn with her ex-husband and her, she moved to Washington D.C. with her daughter, and you know, her friend basically kind of, you know, brought her on because she knew she was also an intelligent woman in the fields of scientists in science. Not like a genius level, but you know, and they kind of fed her a dose of the spider formula that they've been working on, and of course that spider formula worked, and you know, Julia Carpenter became Spider Woman, and then she was tasked by the government to do secret co-ops or whatever, work with certain things or whatever, and that's how Julia Carpenter became Spider Woman. Now, the Ezekiel thing is a little different too. I'm not really brushing that much on Ezekiel, so y'all gotta forgive me. I can't remember everybody. So give me a break. But let's see, Ezekiel saying he was granted powers by the magical spider totem. Um and yeah, he doesn't have a secret identity at all. And he first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, issue number 30. Um, so Ezekiel is a receptant of the spider totem. Um, Through a mysterious ritual, sought fortune following his newfound ability, similar to Spider-Man. Recognizing his totem nature and threat from higher order beings, Ezekiel took measures to protect future spider totems from the entitles like Morlon, and then he joined the Spider Society, aiding formation of the Spider Web Corps. As a front, he mentored Cindy Moon, another person bitten by the radioactive spider, training her until realizing Morlon was tracking her to safeguard. Ezekiel secluded Cindy in a special room. He monitored Peter Parker's development as Spider-Man, and basically he was there to forewarn everybody about Morlon coming. And since they didn't do anything with that, it kind of makes no sense. So I didn't understand why they did that. But we can go to Julia Carpenter. I believe it was a character. Hold on, y'all. Because she worked for Freedom Force, and then she also worked for Force Work, which was Iron Man. So if you guys remember the Iron Man animated series, she was in there. She was in there. Who she fought against? She fought against some character. I forgot who the villain was that she had fought against. Let me see if I can remember the guy. I'm so sorry, y'all. I know normally I have my information together, but Death Web, I believe. I think that was the no, that was a team that she was on. That was a team she was on, and I think it was Mike Clements, I believe. So basically, they combined Ezekiel and Mike Clements, who had an issue with Julia. Um, and they combined them together as a character, which is kind of crazy, honestly, to put them together. Um, why they didn't just use him instead of Ezekiel, because Ezekiel is a heroic character, a magmatic heroic character, because he wanted to protect all the spider totems. Now they have him destroying all the spider totems. Like I said, don't worry, the girls don't get their powers. This was a waste of time. This movie, if you were going to do a spider character, female character thing, you should have just did Julia Carpenter's story. She had enough rich history that you could have easily done her story without, Peter Parker or Iron Man, if you felt obligated not to, you know what I'm saying? Um, or you could have used the other Spider characters, which, all of those other characters are useless anyway. They didn't do much of nothing anyway. The girls were fucking annoying. They were just there just for the hell of it. Um, it was a waste of time, honestly. This movie is garbage. Don't watch it. It is horrible. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The movie is dog shit. It is dog shit, and it didn't have to be, honestly. I could have came up with a better plot. Like I said, I would have, if I was gonna do a Madam Web movie, it would have picked up somewhere during the career of Peter Parker being Spider-Man, because what needs to happen, Spider-Man needs to be in the movie. Even if he shows up for 10 minutes, special cameos, he need to show up throughout the movie. You need to have his presence there in the movie. Julia Carpenter should be the main character. Madam Web senses danger from her because she's part of the Web Totem, which, she'll take on. Somebody's coming after her, and to come after her, they're going to get through with her ex-husband and her daughter. And it's up to Julia, because she kind of put down the Spider Woman thing. Like, you can say that she was Spider Woman, or she had just newly became Spider Woman. Maybe you can do something like that. It doesn't really matter. You have Julia discovering her powers, learning from Ezekiel and Madam Web, who teaches her a little bit about, the spider characters or whatever, and trying to warn her of the danger that's coming from what's that guy? I just said his name. See, that's how you know I don't really know much about the character. I am so sorry that I do not know that much about Julia Carpenter, like all the other characters. But I can't know everything about every character. So even I have times where I have to like look at the thing. You know what I mean? Like, where's she at? Okay, like I said, she was fighting against what's that guy name? Because she worked a lot with the government too, so you can always send government organizations after her as well. Um, oh yeah. You can send the Death Web team. Yeah, it was the Death Web team was a villainous team that was going after Julia and Mike Clements, who also had beef with Julia. You can use that storyline, and then discover how she became Spider Woman, and have her save the day at the end of the day. And she leaves, she goes off. Ezekiel was like, she's gonna be mounted for the battle that's coming up, and she's like, yes, one day. And then you can have Cassandra Webb, magic, she take her leave, and then you see a knock at the door or whatever, and then you see Spider-Man walk through, and then you'll hear Madam Web be like, come in, I've been expecting you. And then the movie goes off. You need something. You need something. You need something. Sony, you gotta stop trying to do this Spider-Man universe villain hero movies without Spider-Man. You gotta put Spider-Man in there. It's just not gonna work without Spider-Man. I'm telling you the truth. Venom, you got lucky. Venom 2, if it was already, you would have got something going on. Morbius is not as bad as everybody was saying. The problem with Morbius is it should have went PG. It should have been with rated R instead of PG-13. Madam Web is garbage. It is garbage. It is girl power to the max. And it's boring. It is just boring. That is the truth. It is boring. Will I suggest anybody watching it? Hell no. But I had to watch it because I just had to see how bad it was. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And I'll catch you guys later.